Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm Whitney. I'm a certified coach as well as a human design and gene keys guide. And today I am here to share with you how you can unlock your 4 core strengths and step into your purpose using the gene keys. I want to begin by taking you back to a time in my life. It was about 18 months ago, so not very long. I was sitting on my front porch. It was a pristine spring morning. The sun was out, the flowers were in bloom, and the day was just about perfect. But something was weighing on me. For about 3 years, I had been building a health coaching business where I helped people with autoimmune conditions improve their symptoms using diet and lifestyle. And this work was near and dear to my heart because I personally have autoimmune conditions that I manage solely through diet and lifestyle. So over these 3 years, I had really gone all in on this business. I created a YouTube channel. I made connections in the industry. I invested in continuing education and mentorship. But something was still feeling off. I was losing the drive to continue promoting my business, and I wasn't enjoying my work with my autoimmune clients as much as I was before. So I decided something needed to change. I needed to pivot my business, but I wasn't sure what I would do next. I knew 100% that I would continue coaching because nothing lights me up more than working with my coaching clients, but I had no idea who I was going to help moving forward and how I was going to help them as a coach, because most of my education and experience was in health, wellness, and nutrition, and that's not where I wanted to be anymore. So I sat on this beautiful front porch that morning, just like several mornings before, trying to determine what my next move would be. And I was just in sheer confusion. And I'm wondering if anybody here can relate. Have you ever been in a situation where you don't know what to do next and you're just kind of unclear about your life's work or your career moving forward? During that time period where I was sipping tea and meditating and spending a lot of time on my front porch, I had been studying my human design and gene keys blueprints. I wanted to get to know myself better and identify my strengths and my gifts. And although I really resonated with my profile, both of them, there was still something missing. I was crystal clear on my life's work, which is guidance, and my purpose, which is to help other people understand that when they follow their own intuition and inner guidance, that anything is really possible for them. But I was just in a place where I didn't know what tools I was going to use to help my clients moving forward, and I didn't know who my niche was going to be. So I felt really confused. But that day, I decided to do something different. Rather than turning on another podcast episode or journaling in an attempt to figure out my next move, I decided to surrender. And that morning, I wrote a letter to the universe. I said, "Dear universe, I am a strong, smart, capable person. I am here to be of service to others. I am ready, willing, and able to be of service now. I am asking for clear guidance on these questions. What am I meant to help people with? What am I here to create? Please provide the answers. All my love, Whitney." It wasn't too long after I wrote this letter that the answer came to me. Human design and the gene keys. You've been studying these systems independently. It's time to take them and go and help people determine their purpose and step into their life's work. Help other people bring their gifts to the surface so that they can create prosperity by being of service in the world and doing work that lights them up. It was a cross between an aha moment and a duh, like, why did you not think of this sooner? I was grateful and relieved that I now had my answer and I got to work. I learned human design and the gene keys in depth from industry experts, including Gene Keys founder, which is Richard Rudd. He is still around and adding to his body of work today. I wanted to learn these systems deeply so that I could actually teach them in a way that was very practical and easy to implement, and so that people would get results right away when working with these systems. And they do. I started offering sessions, and it was a pure joy to experience fully stepping into my life's work as a human design and gene keys guide. So for those of you who are not familiar with human design and the gene keys, they are two separate systems. Human design is a system that helps you understand yourself and how to best use your energy to create success, peace, and just a happy and fulfilling life. It's based on your date, time, and place of birth, and it generates this kind of complex looking blueprint that gives you insight into your strengths, your purpose, and how to live in alignment with who you are and what you value. Similar to the gene keys, or similar to human design, the gene keys gives you a blueprint that is based on your date, time, and place of birth. And this blueprint gives you like deeper insight into your core strengths, but it also opens you up to your 4 prime gifts and your zone of genius so that you can really start creating prosperity in your life by using your natural gifts. And the central premise or idea of the gene keys is that there's this code that's locked up in your DNA. And when you explore and contemplate your gene keys blueprint, you open yourself up to unlocking the code to your purpose. So if you're in a place where you feel like, you haven't quite hit the nail on the head when it comes to your life's work or your career, and you haven't fully stepped into that purpose, that fulfilling work, today I'm going to guide you through the Gene Keys activation sequence, which will help you understand a pathway to finding more clarity. But if you do want to learn your human design, you can grab your chart for free on my website. It's whitneycoupland.com/chart, and you can start exploring your human design there. So a couple of months prior to writing that letter to the universe and surrendering, I had been listening to a podcast where the host was interviewing a manifestation expert. And the expert directed listeners to a quiz on her website. It was called Identify the Type of Manifestor That You Are. It sounded intriguing, so I hopped online and I started breezing through all of these multiple choice questions. And then I came to this question: what's your dream career? And the options were life coach, spiritual guide, influencer, anything that pays the bills, or none of the above. And as I scanned the answers, I found myself choosing spiritual teacher. And I remember feeling really taken back by that. And I kind of sat there in shock for a minute thinking, like, what does that mean for me? I never thought of myself as a spiritual teacher. And I wanted to share this little story because that day was such a clue, but I didn't clue into it that day. I only saw the answer in hindsight, as we often do. I had pondered my new coaching niche for so long. I had thought about career coaching and business coaching, but I had never thought about becoming a spiritual coach. And that's not really what I even refer to myself as now, but I do use these modalities as a focal point with my clients. So I just thought it was really interesting that the universe had been guiding me all along, but it's often not until you do a sequence like the Gene Keys activation sequence, where you start plugging in your story and things start really piecing together for you. So for those of you who are new to the Gene Keys, I want to give you a super simple breakdown of what they are and how they can help you. The Gene Keys are essentially an inner journey of personal transformation, and the Gene Keys are rooted in mysticism and science. So they bring together teachings from the I Ching, the Kabbalah, Ayurveda, and astrology. And your hologenetic profile, as you can see in the picture here, it shows you the patterns that block you from stepping into your genius. These patterns are called your shadows. So each of the little circles that you can see on the chart have 3 words. One of them is your shadow frequency. This is where you kind of hang out when you're not feeling so great. And a lot of humans in general are operating unknowingly or unconsciously in this shadow from day to day. The gift energy, and then the Siddhic energy, which is like your highest consciousness energy. So it's through contemplating this profile that you can transform your shadow energies into your gifts, or what we're talking about today, your 4 core strengths. The Gene Keys profile has 3 predominant sequences that you can explore. The one that we're talking about today is called the activation sequence, and it's about tapping into your purpose and your unique zone of genius. The Venus sequence is the red sequence. It is about understanding the deeper meaning of your relationships. And the Pearl sequence in blue is about creating prosperity using your natural gifts. So together, these sequences form the Golden Path, which is a personalized journey toward higher consciousness and creating the life that you desire. It's highly recommended that you begin your Gene Keys journey with the activation sequence, which is what we're going to dive into now. The activation sequence provides you with a profound opportunity for self-discovery. And when you contemplate the 4 spheres or circles in this sequence, you can begin to identify and embody your 4 core strengths. There are 4 areas that I'm going to walk you through today. At the top, you'll see your life's work. We have your evolution, your radiance, and your purpose. All you really need to know today is that you have a blueprint like this that is based on your birth information, and it gives you clues about the work that you're born to do, what is going to provide you with that deep level of satisfaction and fulfillment, what's holding you back from having that right now, and how to tap into yourself and your story to find these answers for yourself. So let's begin at the top with your life's work. Your life's work is about how you use your unique essence to be of service through a specific role or career. When you contemplate the sphere of your life's work, you will come to understand the nature of work that you do best with, as well as what is standing in the way of you finding the most meaningful and fulfilling work for yourself. When I first generated my profile, I resonated immediately with my life's work, which is guidance. It means helping people find their own way forward. And that's exactly the work that I do now. The themes on your chart will help you develop a deeper understanding of your specific arena of work and what you came here to do in this lifetime. The second sphere is your evolution. So this gene key represents the greatest challenge of your life. It provides insight into what drives you, as well as what holds you back from creating the life you desire. So if you find yourself postponing things, sabotaging your own success, or living with a lot of confusion, this gene key will bring some answers and some relief. In between each of the spheres, you will find pathways. The first pathway that you encounter in the activation sequence is the pathway of challenge. So the shadow theme in your evolution sphere makes it challenging for you to recognize and step fully into your life's work. It also provides you with a beautiful opportunity for self-discovery and growth. So it kind of weighs on you and it kind of nudges at you and bothers you to get you into action. When you're able to look at some of the more difficult aspects of yourself, accept them and embrace them, you set yourself up to experience a breakthrough. And that's the next pathway here on this journey. As you begin to transform the shadow energy that you find in that evolution sphere, you begin to step into that more positive energy and you'll find yourself having some form of transformation. When you experience this breakthrough, you open yourself up to your radiance. Your radiance is the third gene key in the activation sequence. And so the more you become aware of your life lessons, actually learn from them, you become more vibrant, you become more wise and more attractive, more magnetic. From that place, you begin to use your core strengths to be of service to the world. So in my profile, this gene key is all about discerning the voice of the heart from the voice of the mind and making sure that I listen to my heart first and then I bring in my mind second, because allowing the mind to lead can often result in fear-based thinking and believing that things won't work out for the best. So when I started to trust my heart and my higher self and that it will always lead me in the right direction, I stopped thinking about the safer options for my career. And I was able to actually go for what my heart desired, which was to guide people in human design and the gene keys. A quick side note here is that learning my human design authority really helped me tap into my intuition and trust my gut. I am a sacral authority in human design. So I just wanted to have a little side note here that if you don't know your human design authority, it's a really great thing to learn to kind of connect to yourself and to find clarity and ease of decision making. So you can familiarize yourself with that. And like I mentioned, you can grab your chart if you don't already have it on my website, whitneycoupland.com/chart. So the final gene key in the activation sequence is your purpose. And your purpose is not so much about what you're doing. It's about just being you and allowing your natural essence to shine in the world. So when you contemplate your purpose, you allow yourself to express yourself fully in the world. And you also activate the forces of synchronicity and grace in your outer life. The final piece of the puzzle here is this pathway. It's called the pathway of core stability. And this pathway is the part of the journey where you really come into your own. You are trusting in yourself as a decision maker. You're trusting in life. And as Gene Keys founder Richard Rudd says, when you trust in your highest dreams and have the courage to manifest them through your life's work, then your purpose begins to nourish you from deep within your being. When you ignite the gift of this gene key, then you activate the forces of synchronicity and grace in your outer life. Your purpose is all laid out for you. All you have to do is unlock it. So I want you to imagine for a moment being crystal clear on the soul-aligned work that you came here to do, having the strength to overcome any obstacle that comes up as you courageously step into your life's work, feeling healthy and vibrant as you do the work that lights you up, attracting the people and opportunities that will allow you to carry out your life's work through the power of synchronicity and divine timing, feeling elated that you have allowed your unique essence to shine in the world, and being at peace in your life because you know you are deeply rooted in your purpose and you are making a difference. You have a unique blueprint that will help you step into this way of being. Your blueprint, it's waiting to be interwoven with your story, because really the blueprint is just words. It's just information, but it takes you and your story to bring it to life. So if you're craving more clarity around what you're here to do and what is going to give you that deep sense of purpose and fulfillment, I want to invite you to join me for an intimate experience where I will walk you through your activation sequence. So I've put together a sweet little package for the Spiritual Growth Forum attendees. It includes a 75-minute reading with me, where I'll walk you through the entire activation sequence and help you come to an understanding of your 4 prime gifts and what is holding you back from stepping deeply into your life's work and purpose. That takes place on Zoom. You'll also get access to the activation course by Richard Rudd. So he has put together this beautiful course, and you can access 9 different webinars, all by him, 3 musical meditations that actually guide you along those pathways that I mentioned through visualization. It's actually very profound what you will experience in those meditations, as well as audios describing your 4 gene keys in your sequence and unique information relating to your 4 prime gifts. So it's a really beautiful course put together by the Gene Keys. And then I'm throwing in a bonus here for anybody who's interested in human design. This is about trusting yourself as a decision maker. So I'm going to walk you through how to use your specific human design authority. So the step that you can take is to go to whitneycoupland.com/activate. And when you go to that link, you can download a PDF. The PDF includes access to your free Gene Keys profile, a detailed review of your 4 spheres, not your specific spheres, but what we talked about today, a recap of those, so that when you do go and look at your chart, you're going to know what everything means. And also the link to book this special offer or just a session with me a la carte. So you can totally just come and have a session with me. You don't need to also enroll in the Gene Keys course. The activation sequence is a game changer if you've been seeking deeper purpose and more fulfillment in your work, or if you've been experiencing some level of confusion like I was just 18 months ago. And things have completely turned around for me. I am now doing the work that I love, working with clients who love this work and get great results from it. And this is all completely possible for you too. So thank you so much for being here. I would love to meet you, hear your story, and guide you through your activation sequence. And until then, I'm sending you so much love and wishing you a wonderful afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are. Thank you.